Hey all, welcome to Really Little Britain. Folks, tonight we got something extremely special. First of all, I want to dedicate this review to Anne Marie and Charlie Beatty from the Grumpy Goat Real Ale and Cheese store in Reading, Harris Arcade. They did a little trip of Europe. They went to Holland and they also went to Belgium. And they visited one of my favourite Dutch breweries, the Butcher's Tears. Now, I sent them a couple of messages. Can you get me a couple of beers? And I don't know whether it was the messages or they got these beers beforehand, but look at this. I asked for Jane Porter, and I've got a bottle of Jane Porter. Now, I've reviewed about 5 or 6 of their beers, and this brewery is absolutely stunning. So this is Jane Porter from the Butcher's Tears Brewery, coming in at 6.2% ABV. I love the bottles, and I absolutely love the brewery. Their beer is, listen, let me tell you, Dutch craft breweries at the minute are starting to take over the world. Charlie, you know what I'm saying to you, yeah? These beers are outstanding. Not just the Butcher's Tears. Butcher's Tears are up there for me, but Dutch breweries at the minute are doing some fantastic beers. And it's really, really good to get a local beer shop who support Dutch breweries. So let's crack this bad boy open and see exactly what it's like. 330 mils, folks. So the beer's open with a lovely hiss, and privileged to get a glass. Anne Marie, thank you very much. So the beer's pouring with good carbonation, and it's a big burnt brown colour. A tint of black to it as well. Now that looks very, very dark, and it is dark, but there's a little bit of mahogany to it as well. It is a one finger head, tightly packed bubbles, which is just off white in colour, very much like a mocha cream. We're going to go straight in with the nose. First thing you get is big roasted malts. There's chocolate, there's wheat, there's surprisingly Maris Otter hops as well, or sorry, Maris Otter malts. It's got that quite fresh of North Down hops. There's a little bit of blackberry, but it's all about the chocolate and the roasted malts. And there's a little bit of coffee. Cheers, folks. Oh my good God. 6.2%. Jesus Christ. Okay, the first thing you get, folks. Sorry, I forgot to say. 385 bottle. The first thing you get is this massive kick in the arse of chocolate malt. Absolutely stunning. There's roasted malts, there's a little bit of coffee. Then there's that bitterness of Northdown hops. This is like a beer which has only just been um, a beer which has just been hopped in the boil, but not on the back end. So there's no aroma. And what has happened is that they've added chocolate to it. Absolutely stunning. There's this lovely dryness. There's wheat, leaving this oiliness on the inside of the palate. Look at that, folks. The Butcher's Tears from Holland, Amsterdam. Absolutely fantastic. Again, another brewery which is changing the face of craft beer, brewing beyond what they need to do. There's a nice pepperiness to the beer too, which is leaving this lovely earthy spiciness. Oh, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Next time I'm in Amsterdam, Butcher's Tears, I'm coming to visit you. And what am I going to do? I'm going to sit with you, and I'm going to review every beer you have on offer on that day. Absolutely stunning. Um, the only criticism I would give you, it's more like a stout than a porter, but the flavour is unreal, absolutely unreal. As an Irishman, when I brew my own porters, I use Northdown hops, and you can taste Northdown in there. And I use it very much for the bittering, and I do a little bit of late hop in it too. I just think the ABV is just 6.2% for a porter is just a little bit high. If you could bring it down to the between 4.8 and 5.6, it'd be an absolutely spot on. But what a flavoursome beer! Um, I'll probably go back and clear the shelves now in the Grumpy Goat in Reading because this is absolutely stunning. So what's the finish like? The finish is chocolatey. The finish is hoppy. It's got a lovely bitterness, which leads to this very quite unusual for a porter, but chocolatey, hoppy, in your face. I want more bitterness. Absolutely spot on, folks. Butcher's Tears. What do I give the Butcher's Tears for their Jane Porter? Look at that, folks. Look at that Jane Porter from the Butcher's Tears, 330 mils. Look at that bottle. For me, this is an 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Folks, that's really Britain doing a review on the Butcher's Tears Jane Porter at 6.2%. Live in Reading, UK, England, yeah. Charlie and Marie, thank you very much for going over to Amsterdam, picking these beers up for this fantastic brewery because I'm a massive fan, an absolutely massive fan, and I want to drink the range. Cheers, Slam Cara.